Okay, so as expected, Apple just updated iPadOS, iOS, and watchOS in addition to their other suite of software programs today, a day after the public release of 26.1 went out. And obviously that left us a little disappointed. So we had high hopes for 26.2, the second major dot release after a huge visual change to iOS as a whole. And unfortunately, it's still leaving us somewhat disappointed here. We do not have a lot of seen new changes. There are some tweaks to sleep score. We'll talk about that here in a second. I am one of those people who actually don't wear their watch to sleep. Just can't get behind it. It always seems to be annoying. That's why I have the Whoop band and all that. But if that is something you do like, there have been some changes into how the score levels are actually being shown. And basically their levels are being adjusted and the term excellent is becoming very high. The new really the category ranges from very low, which is 0 to 40, to very high, 96 to 100, with much stricter thresholds. And they want to make sure, them being Apple, wants to make sure the score more objective and consistent with medical standards without changing the methods used to calculate sleep. So anyways, that's one of the things. We'll jump into the app, the health app here in a minute to show you. But first things first, settings, general, and about. And you can see with watchOS 26.2 beta 1, we actually have a new build number of 23S5280E. E is a little different than the F build that we have on the iPhone, so it's telling us that these are very close to being viewed the same, but they think watchOS is a little further along than iOS and even iPadOS. They all came in with an F build. So nothing major there, but I did just want to let you guys know that. Aside from that, nothing much else really changed here. Still no real other sort of toggle here in for liquid display in the general and brightness settings. Still nothing new with gestures. You simply have your double tap for smart stack and playbacks. Nothing else is here for any of that. And more so, where I think personally my surprise came from, was Siri. I really thought maybe in this build we'd see at least a visual overview for Siri in line with Apple Intelligence, but clearly that's still not here. And now I'm worried we really might not see it for watchOS until we get to 26.4, which will be mid or early next year, I should say. But yeah, that's not reassuring when they're trying to, really preach AI, Siri being better, overviewing it and overhauling it, and still not having any part of that in their signature watch platform. So for a wearable, that's really unacceptable to me personally. Aside from that, looking back through it, like I said, not too much here. Health is health. I don't, like I said, sleep with my watch, but if you wanted to scroll into see your sleep score and all those changes, you can go right in the health app here and just look at sleep score and you'll be able to find that, find more options about how to get a sense of your sleep, why it's so important, all of those things right here. I will say this build did come in only at 830 megabytes, so much smaller than some of the other gig releases we've seen recently. I just don't get why there seems to be still such a, I don't even know what to say, why they're really putting this on the back burner. It's crazy to me, guys. As you can see though, using the watch itself, just scrolling through everything, it's smooth. It works just like we anticipate. Everything takes just a second to load and all of that. I think the biggest takeaway that we will be looking for in the coming days is how battery life is going to do on this watch, because even on the RC of 26.1, we were still getting some pretty substantial battery drain over the course of a day with really medium usage, nothing too crazy. As you can see though, everything's opening. Hopefully nothing will crash. Performance obviously does look right on par with everything else. Jumping around, still just have ever so slight hints to liquid glass here. No real changes visually to be seen. So let me know in the comments down below, guys, what do you think about watchOS and its trajectory right now? I'm just a little frustrated and concerned, like I said, that it's definitely falling on the back burner and it's not getting the attention it needs. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.